Oh,
There we go. Hey, everybody. I'm here today with Candace Decker from the Decker Group, located in Cape Coral, Florida. She's just killing it down there. She's a Rockstar agent. She just moved down there actually in 2019 in September, and you're killing it. Just introduce yourself a little bit to everybody if you could.
well, thanks, John. Thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited. I have a team here in a branch office with EXP here in Cape Coral, Florida. So we work all over the Gulf Coast, along the edge of Florida, and moved down here in 2019. So I had an independent brokerage there and transitioned to EXP when I moved down here in 2019. And currently we're building our team here.
Okay. So you weren't with EXP when you first moved down there?
So I made the decision to stop the independent brokerage in Illinois and transition and have a branch and a team here in Florida, just because like owning your own brokerage is so much responsibility. I really wanted to focus on the team aspect, kind of take away that liability and focus on the team.
Okay.
And that's what I love about EXP. It gives me all those options to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of, I own a restaurant as well. So a lot of people, when they see what I do, they're like, when are you going to open up your own brokerage? And I'm kind of like, not going to do that. There's just too much responsibility. And it's like I own my own brokerage already. So I'm good. I'm good on that. So we've all been a new agent at some point, right? Some point we were all new agents. So what would I get this question a lot. How do I get started? What would you do if you were a new agent? Say you had to go back,
Yeah. Okay. So I got my license when I was 24, and I had personally at that time bought and sold 2 of my own properties. And I got in the business. I want to do my own investing, right? But I got into the business, went to a brokerage that, offered a little bit of support, but not a lot. Like I kind of just jumped in with both feet and had no idea what I was doing. And, it really took many deals to get, a good understanding of what I was doing. So if I had advice to any agent, I would join a team. I would get on board with somebody or get a mentor who's been there, done that, who's going to pretty much streamline the process for you, right? So you can really learn the business a lot faster, because it probably took me 3 or 4 years to learn what I could have learned from a top producer in 3 or 4 months. So if you get into the business and you're like, I want to kill it. I want to learn. I want to really get in the trenches. Follow somebody who is doing what you want to do. That's what I would do. And if I were to do it all over again, that's probably what I would have done.
Just jump right into a team.
Man, it is tough when you first start out, because you have you have expenses, right? And everyone tries to sell you stuff like, here's the best quick, get rich system, and we're going to give you all these leads, and you're going to close all these deals, and you end up spending so much money. But if you don't have the right training, if you don't understand scripts, and you don't understand how to prospect, and you don't know the right programs to get, you are wasting so much money.
I 100% agree. I have a friend of mine that's in the industry, and he's, toying with the notion of coming over here to this brokerage, but he's always been on a team. And I'm just trying to point him in the direction of Mark Z, because like you said, when you jump on a team, you learn so much. You find somebody that's got what you want and just do what they did to get there. It's kind of how I look at it, kind of thing.
Oh my gosh. When I got in the business, so it was 2013, and I spent 2 weeks building a WordPress website.
Really?
And it looked horrible. But, that's when it was really important. You need to get a website. And so instead of, buying one with a built-in CRM, which I don't even know if they had those back then, but I spent 2 weeks, and I'm looking back now like, what could I have done with my time instead of building this crappy WordPress site?
Right.
And then I wonder about all these new agents out there. Like, are they really utilizing their time like they should? I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. That's a big thing that I'm working on to myself is time blocking and really getting that nailed down. Now I got to ask you the same question, but geared towards more of a seasoned agent. Like if you were going to help like a seasoned agent kind of that's been in the business, say, anybody over 3 years, what would you suggest to them, opening their own brokerage, or what is the next level?
I think the next level is getting a business coach. I think that's really, really important. No matter actually what level, whether you're just starting out. I have someone really close to me who got into coaching when they just started in the business, and it helped streamline the process for them to really fast track their business. But with seasoned agents, top athletes, top CEOs have business coaches. Why don't we, to help us on our skills and our mindset and to think about growth. So I think getting a business coach and masterminding with other people who are doing what you want to do is so important. So finding other agents, a lot of times, agents want to be super secretive about what they do, right? They don't want to talk about their lead sources. They don't want to talk about what their website is. They don't want to give away the goods. And
right.
But I think like that's what I love so much about EXP is being able to network with all those top producers all over the country, because everyone's so willing to share. So if I want to add a lead pillar in my business and I've never done it before, I can go to another top producer and be like, hey, I heard you were doing really killer Facebook ads. Will you share them with me? And if you're in a different market,
Uh-oh.
of course,
Right.
you're going to. So I think just network.
Oh no. Can you hear me?
I think I'm losing you here. I can hear you. I can't see you. There you are.
There we go. A little glitch. I don't know what's going on with the internet right now. It's crazy. Can you hear me now though?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, perfect. There's a saying that I once heard: the best agent doesn't always win, but the best marketer does. What kind of advice would you give other agents when it comes to marketing? Like I'm sure you've tried just about everything at this point. What works, what doesn't work, what's a waste of money, what's not.
Okay, so I have the cheapest marketing that there is, and it's video, which you can shoot from your iPhone. So I mean, if you're not doing video right now, I mean, forget about it. You just pick up your iPhone and talk. That's all you have to do. You can post it on social media. All of the social media sites reward you for doing video. And it's the easiest thing you can do. And people pay attention. They want to see you. They want to hear from you. They want to know what's happening in the market. They want to know what's happening around in the community. So be the spokesperson. So easy.
Definitely. Video is huge these days. It doesn't matter what industry it is. It's you just pick up your phone. You have everything you need right here. It's right there.
There's no excuses anymore.
Okay.
And here's what I love so much about video is you could shoot a video. I know people who have been on YouTube for 10 years and their videos are still relevant and still being watched to this day. So, sometimes we do this marketing like you have a Zillow spend. Okay, you get a lead, but videos are always there.
Right.
And it's a way to build not only on the SEO side, right? But you can get so many views on YouTube now, and it just makes sense.
Yeah, I agree totally. You can't be like that secret agent I guess somebody has a question for you that it's a marketing question, actually. It just popped up. Susie here, she says, I've been doing Facebook ads from the beginning and have never gotten a lead. Do they really work?
Yeah.
Have you ever done Facebook ads before?
I have. And Susie, if you are running Facebook ads and you've never gotten a lead, then it's either whatever your ad is not drawing the right attention, or it's not being seen by people. So what I would do is find somebody to do it for you and manage it for you. Try it out for a couple of months, do a little spend and see what happens. But if you're doing it yourself, Facebook has changed a lot on their ads manager to make it a little bit more tricky. So if you're trying to do it yourself and you're just trying to promote a post, sometimes you don't get anything out of it. So I would find someone who's really good at it, who has proven results, and use them.
Definitely. Susie, if you want, you can reach out to me. Just send me a message of some kind, and I'll get with you after this, and maybe I can
Facebook
point you in. What's that?
You do Facebook ads?
I do. I run my own ads. I've been doing it since I opened my very first business. Yeah, I actually have a system that automates it all. It's I've been working with my buddy Michael Reese and Woods Davis on something, and using they've been helping me build it. It's like this whole automated thing. Like it's called the tracked ROI. I'll just put it out there.
Okay.
And if you want a free trial of it, I can get you a free trial. Just reach out to me. But yeah, so good question, Susie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, I was going to ask you if you ever hired a real estate coach and if you would recommend it and who you would recommend, but it sounds like you have hired a real estate coach in the past.
Yeah. So I've been in real estate coaching for just a couple of years now. And, I had always, sold like 30 to 40 homes a year, but like just worked so hard to do that and did not have a life at home because I was just working nonstop. And what I found is that, and I look at a lot of agents now, it seems like the number, like a single agent, can only sell 30 to 40 homes a year. That seems like the threshold. Beyond that is just really hard. So I kind of plateaued out with transactions and my commissions. And I knew that I was capable of so much more. And I was looking at some of these other top producers who were, selling 100, 200, 300, 400. I know you had Mark Zion, who sells 700 homes a year.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, it's mind blowing. But I'm like, there's other people out there that can do it. So I know that I can too, but I don't know how. And so I joined Tom Ferry Coaching, and, I have learned so much in the last 2 years. First thing, I learned how important your skills are, just to make sure that you're practicing and sharpening up on your skills, and that you're constantly marketing. That's so important to build a brand and to put out great content like videos. Tom Ferry, he's the greatest real estate coach in the business. If you look at his YouTube, he gives out all free content. So even if you're not at a point where you want to get a coach, go on YouTube. They give a lot of it out for free just to get you started. But yeah, I was just able to learn so much about skills and how to prospect and how to build a team. And I think, you just build this foundation higher and higher, every month. And I think I learned too, being super efficient. I probably get more done now in one day than I got done in an entire week before. So I know, John, you mentioned time blocking, super important. So these are all things that a coach helps you with. So, and I know some people kind of like snub their nose to coaching because nowadays everybody's a coach, but we've had real estate coaches for what? I mean, there's been real estate coaches forever.
Yeah.
So that's not a new concept, but I know that there's a lot of coaches out there now But I think joining an established coaching program that actually produces results, can't go wrong.
Right on. I know both you and I are both with EXP, so we both get KV Core provided to us for free. But I talked to you earlier on in the week, and you had mentioned that you use another CRM program as well. You want to elaborate a little bit about it, because it seems like I did a little short demo on it. It seems like a pretty badass system, to be honest.
It is a badass system. So I work with Sierra Interactive, and I also have what's called GGMS coaching. It's an additional add-on to the system. They work hand in hand together. And it's a website on the front end and then a CRM on the back. And I have had several different CRMs in the past. I used Top Producer a long time ago, which I don't know if they've changed their interface, but it just was really outdated. I then switched to Contactually, which is the program that has buckets, and was super confusing and just hard to use. So when I actually found a top producing agent, went to their website, found that they were using Sierra. I'm like, okay, clearly if they're using it, it's a good program. And that's how I got involved with them. But what we're able to do is not only get people to our site through Google pay-per-clicks. I know they're coming out with a Facebook ads manager, which Susie, that might be really good for you. And then, any Zillow leads, any organic, registrations that come through, we're able to nurture them. And it's just a really, really robust program that offers a lot to help us maximize our time, be super efficient, and close more deals.
After I watched the demo on it, I didn't pull the trigger on it, but it was definitely something that I think a lot of people would benefit from and should probably check it out.
Yeah.
Because the automation is so important.
Yeah. So I recently went to this lunch of top producing agents in the area. I was invited by one of the reps that I work with, and I was really shocked. There was a table of 10 of us, and there was probably 3 or 4 agents who are still not using a CRM. And wow. I was just absolutely blown away, because I used to not use a CRM either. And I would write something down on a piece of paper and lose it. And I was just surprised that with all of the options that are out there now, I mean, you absolutely have to have a CRM. I mean, I can give you an example. I just helped a seller of mine. Now, I had sold down here in Cape Coral back in 2013 and 14, and I sold him a home in 2013, and I just helped him sell it. So I helped him buy it, and now I just sold it 6 years later.
Wow.
I would have never been able to do that unless I was actively communicating with him through my CRM. So it's so powerful if you use it the right way.
You just kind of put it on autopilot and it kind of just takes care of itself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I truly believe that you still have to make phone calls. Phone calls are always going to be the number one most important thing in your business. It's the number one most important thing in mine. That's why I spend 2 hours a day on the phone. And you always have to make your calls, but you have to have something to supplement that.
I agree. Hey, Susie had another question for you. She said, "What's the website? Do you have a link that maybe you can give her? I know you have like a personal link, don't you, or something?"
Yeah, I will go ahead.
Want to drop it in the comments later?
I'll comment, Susie. So I'll comment and get you in contact with Sierra.
Cool. Awesome. Good. See, this is a prospecting question I have for you. I think we're covering a lot of awesome things right now. A lot of people are getting some value out of this, I think. There's many different ways to prospect, from, door knocking to flyering to, Facebook, or just using social media, or picking up the phone. What's the best prospecting method you would say? And I think I know what you're going to say, but I want you to say it.
That's okay.
Say
So
it.
I am in love with calling expired and terminated listings. So that is my top listing lead source. It's something that I find super fun and it's a challenge. And what I really love about it is actually helping people that have been, in a situation where they didn't get the help that they needed or something was wrong. So I just closed on one on Friday. It had been on the market for 836 days with 3 different agents. And we simply just changed a few things and we sold it within a couple of days. And so I really love that challenge of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's just picking up the phone, man. You just got to get over that fear.
Yeah, I still think the fear of the phone is a very silly thing. Like, how is it that, like, as adults, we are afraid to pick up the phone and talk to somebody? And so I started calling probably a little under 2 years ago, and I just asked questions. I didn't have any special pitch or some crazy gimmick. I just asked questions and was human, and genuinely cared about what the people had to say. So if you are interested in calling expireds, just be a human. I think a lot of the other agents who call expireds are, from what I hear from expireds, they say they're too salesy and sometimes they're a little too aggressive, which is odd. So I think just being a human being and continue to follow up. So I follow up between 5 and 7 times to get an appointment. So, it's not a quick thing. You have to practice. You have to talk to a lot of people, but it's really rewarding.
Definitely. And how do you call people? Like you use, there's all kinds of ways out there, but I didn't. This might help other agents because I didn't know this going into real estate, and the little 3-week coaching course that they gave me when I started where I was, and they then sent me out, and they're like, "That's all you needed to know. Go ahead, sell homes now." But it wasn't until I found a mentor that told me there's things out there like auto dialers. And when he told me that, I was like, "What the heck is an auto dialer?" So I know you
pick up my phone and individually dial and ring, wait for the voicemail, then leave a voicemail, and then hang up. Because that's about 45 seconds to do that manually. Yeah.
So there's things out there called auto dialers. There's different companies out there. Have you used anybody else other than Vulcan 7, or is that the only company?
That is the only one that I've used. I have friends that use Espresso, Land Voice. I started out using RedX.
Okay.
Able to get a few listings on there. So yeah, I mean, there's a ton of them, but you also get what you pay for. Some of the cheaper ones, they don't always give you the best data. But I also know people who call expired who are just starting out that literally, type in the address and get the phone number off of white pages. So, if you don't have the budget, okay. But if you're going to get serious, you have to have a program.
Yeah, you got to invest in yourself. I mean, I made one phone call last year, and it's turned into $30,000 now.
John, can you imagine if you made like 500 calls a week? What would happen if you made 30,000 from one call?
I did. I really did. I mean, it's the best money I've ever spent. I mean, if Susie, if you're still listening and you want to really take your game to the next level, start calling people. Get off the Facebook ads and start calling people. Yeah. It's like $300 a month, and then learn some scripts.
John, do you know what's so crazy about just making phone calls? And it's whether you're calling expireds or for sale by owners or your sphere, like whoever it is, or random, website leads, whatever it is. If you call enough people and ask the right questions, I sold a home last year to a guy. I was trying to reach his dad, but he had told me that I had the wrong number. And instead of hanging up like all of the other 40 agents did, I said, "Hey, while I have you on the phone, are you looking to buy or sell a home?" And he told me no. But he saved my number, called me back 2 weeks later and said, "You were the only agent that did not rudely hang up on me." And so I got the listing and I sold it in like 5 days. And it just taught me such a good lesson. Every single person that you talk to may need help. Like we can, sometimes we get so hyper focused on something, but in reality, it doesn't matter. Everybody is somebody who may need to buy or sell a home. In fact, I'm helping my Uber driver sell his duplex because I got a ride from my office the other day to an appointment when my car was being fixed, and I struck up a conversation with him. So, moral of the story, I guess, is, even if you dial enough numbers, you'll eventually get something out of it, even if you're not even dialing the right people. It's just about taking the time and making the calls and asking the right questions.
That one sale could pay for an entire year,
yeah.
worth of service. So
yeah, and sometimes, with an expired, I might not even help them on the home that had expired. I help them on another property, or I help them buy something and they don't end up selling their home. So there's so many opportunities that are out there, but we have to seek them.
I agree 100%. Let's see, you said you run your own team, right? How many people do you have on it?
So we have a full-time admin, and she's our TC and runs our office. I have another part-time person who runs some of our social media. And then I have a buyer's agent who works with all of our buyers. And then I primarily work on just listings. I work with a couple.
Okay. Well, I know what's going on.
Buyers here and we.
Uh-oh. I lost you. I don't know if you can hear me, but the internet is doing something funny again. Oh, hey. Dale, there you are. Good. Something's going on weird, but what is your biggest priority in real estate business right now? Where do you want to take your business to? What's your next goal? Is it coaching? Is it to grow your team to 40 plus agents like Mark Z, or what's your goal? Or is it to step back?
My goal is I really want to build a SEAL team, which is just a couple of agents who are just really, really high producers. So for me, I would rather have 4 agents that sell 40 homes a year, than 10 agents that sell a couple homes a year. So that's what I'm looking to build. So, we don't want to just bring anybody on. That's my plan. I like just having that tight-knit group. So that's what we're working on, and really working on establishing our brand here, because we are a new team. I've been here for about 9 months now. So, we have a show, it's called Cape Coral with Candace, and we go out in the community and we interview local restaurants and get to know them, get to know people in the community. So I really, in the next year, want to focus on that as well.
Nice. You're becoming the celebrity agent, as they say. You are not the secret agent. You are the celebrity.
I'm not secret. You can't get rid of me.
Well, I have one last question for you, and then I'm going to let you go. I know you joined EXP when you moved down there. What's your experience been with EXP since you've been with us?
All right. So I decided to join EXP because like I said a couple of minutes ago, I had an independent brokerage, and, I wanted more. With your independent brokerage, you are so limited to, the systems. You have to buy all of your own systems, and you don't have that network or the support. So sometimes it can be a little bit lonely. So I know Kyle Whistle out in San Diego. He had his own brokerage, a large brokerage, and he switched to EXP. And that really caught my attention because Kyle is just, really smart business person.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that there was a really good reason that he did it. And so once I talked to him and really understood, the structure of not only the support that you get, the systems that you get on the back end with, KV Core and SkySlope, these are things that cost, I don't know, thousands of dollars if you try to buy them all yourself. And then, when you're building a team, there's just so much incentive, through rev share and stock options that for me, I thought it was a no-brainer. They really, really, really make it easy to build and nurture your team. And that impressed me so much because I know there's a lot of big box brokerages that really aren't team friendly. And I mean, I don't know, I don't have the exact statistics in front of me, but the solo agents are starting to dwindle and these bigger teams are really taking over the market share. And so for me, that's what I see happening in the next few years is, taking over more market share with our team. And I knew that EXP was definitely going to help me get there. And the level of sharing and the masterminds that go on within EXP are mind blowing. The fact that I have team leaders who are selling $100 million a year messaging me, like we become Facebook friends, and they're like, "Hey, I saw you were with EXP. Do you ever need anything from me? I'm happy to help." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, is there a catch?" There's no catch. It's just everybody wants to help each other succeed. And I've never seen so much cheerleading go on. Everyone is pumped up. Everybody's excited about the direction of the company. I mean, we just hit 30,000 agents, which is incredible. And, we're climbing up the ladder. And I thought at first that I was getting in late in the game, but what I'm realizing is it's just the beginning.
I know.
Yeah, which is
That's the
really
best part.
cool. So yeah, it's really been exciting and easy. And I was a little bit unsure in the beginning, to be honest, because I'm a person who always works for myself. Can ask my husband. I don't take direction from anybody very well. And the transition, like them understanding that there's independent brokers and big team leaders coming on, that they allow us the flexibility to structure things how we want it. And I think that's what I love the best is I feel like I have my own business, yet, I have their support on the back end.
Definitely. You're not even limited just to the United States. You can build a brokerage internationally if you wanted.
Yeah, and what's really cool, and I'm not sure if a lot of people know this because I'm licensed in Florida, Illinois, and Wisconsin, that EXP is a nationwide brokerage. So let's say you go to a different, big box brokerage. Those are franchises. You pay a franchise fee, you pay a desk fee, whatever it is, at each individual office. But with EXP, you're just paying that one fee.
Right. I think that's one of the good things about this company. You had your chance to go independent and you decided to come here, and there's a reason why. It wasn't by accident. So yeah. I appreciate your time today. And if you're ever in the Cape Coral area, if you ever want to reach out to either one of us about EXP, about getting into real estate, or any brokerage questions, might be better geared towards her, but you can get a hold of me and I can help you the best way I can too. So thank you for your time today, Candace.